Have you ever felt like a victim of your own thoughts? Your mind replaying old pains, hurtful words, or failures you thought you'd buried? Wanting to move forward but dragged back by invisible obsessions? If you've woken at night with a racing heart from an uninvited memory, or sat in a crowd feeling utterly alone, as if the world turned its back, this video is for you. Not because you're weak, but because you're at the edge of surrender or awakening. The moment you recognize this, you gain the power to choose. Remain controlled by your mind or learn to master it. The Stoics said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The issue isn't what happened, but how you interpret it. Pain has no power unless your mind grants it. The beauty is, if wrong thinking can create suffering, right thinking can create strength. This video isn't theory. It's a map for those ready to climb out of emotional depths, clear their inner world, and rebuild a resilient identity from within. You'll learn to break negative thought cycles, master your energy, reshape yourself, and most importantly, turn pain into fuel for growth. It's not an easy path, but it's real. If you click this video, part of you is ready. Before we dive into this journey of mental transformation, pause for a moment. If you felt betrayed by your mind, if you want to turn pain into strength, hit like to show you're listening. Comment, I choose to control my mind, as a commitment to yourself. And most importantly, subscribe to ensure you don't miss tools to rebuild your inner strength from the ground up. Number 1, break negative thought loops. A sage once said, you don't suffer because of the event itself, but because of the story you keep telling yourself about it. Negative thoughts that loop endlessly aren't truth. They're distorted stories you unconsciously repeat. When these stories replay long enough, they form a cycle, an invisible cage trapping you in pain, fear, and helplessness. You don't need an external enemy when your mind replays chapters of suffering. That's why breaking negative thought loops is the first step to mastering your mind and turning pain into strength. Your mind is like a recorder that never stops. It captures others' words, glances, your failures and humiliations you thought you'd forgotten. But it often loops the sad songs. Thoughts like, I'm not good enough, I always mess up, or they'll never understand me, become neural ruts. Once your brain habitualizes negative thinking, it seeks confirming evidence, ignores positives, and perpetuates helplessness. That's not your true nature. It's a cognitive habit, and habits can be broken. How do you escape these spirals? Step 1, identify. You can't break what you don't see. When your mood sinks, pause and ask, what am I thinking right now? Don't judge or avoid, just observe. Writing the thought down separates you from it. You're no longer a victim swept by the thought stream. You're the observer, and as an observer, you can change it. Step 2, challenge. Don't let a negative thought pass unquestioned. If your mind says, I'm not good enough, ask, compared to whom? By what standard? Where's the evidence? Negative thoughts hate questions. They thrive on emotion and old scripts. Challenging them with reason reclaims your control. Step 3, replace. You can't just erase negative thoughts. You must swap them for stronger, truer ones. Instead of, I'm unworthy, affirm, I'm growing and deserve better every day. Your brain doesn't care if a thought is true or false. It reinforces what you repeat. So repeat what's right, even if you don't fully believe it yet. Repetition redraws your mental map. Finally, act. No inner change lasts without action. When you break a negative thought loop, reinforce it with new behavior. If you've avoided tasks for fear of failure, take a small step. Send an email, say no, wake up on time. Each action tells your brain you're not the old you. Gradually, your mind builds new loops of strength, self-mastery, and belief in yourself. Don't expect your mind to go silent forever. It will always speak, whisper, echo old memories. The difference is, you're no longer swept away. You stand apart, a mindful warrior, observing thoughts, directing energy, choosing intentional responses. You can't control which thoughts arrive, but you control which stay. That's humanity's greatest power. If you felt trapped in negative thought spirals, now's the time to redraw your mental map. Not by erasing the past, but by creating a present strong enough to silence it. You're not your old story, you're the author of the next chapter. If this sparks something in you, like the video, comment, "I'm mastering my mind," to declare it publicly. Subscribe to continue transforming your mind and turning pain into personal power. This journey is just beginning, and you're not alone. Number 2, focus is your superpower. In a world overflowing with noise, where everything vies for your attention, the ability to focus has become a true superpower. Focus isn't just paying attention for a few minutes. It's the art of directing your mental energy to one thing and sustaining it despite external temptations. When you master focus, you master your life, emotions, and inner direction. It's not intelligence or luck, but focus that determines how far you go, how deeply you grow, and how you transform pain into strength. An untrained mind leaps from thought to thought like a monkey in a forest, drawn to every sound, image, or fleeting emotion. Sadly, most of us live with such a mind without realizing it. Test yourself. How often have you checked your phone for a message, only to get lost in meaningless videos? Or started an important task, only to end up scrolling social media, revisiting old memories, or drowning in chaotic emotions? Each time you're giving away your precious focus, the only energy that can drive real change in your life. When you focus, you reclaim power from the external to the internal. You declare to the world, "I choose this. I invest my energy here. I won't be pulled by what's unimportant." Your mind becomes a sharpened sword, cutting through chaos, piercing to the core, no longer controlled by circumstances, but creating them. First, understand, focus isn't innate, it's a skill you train. Each time you practice focus, you strengthen your willpower. A practical way is to limit your cognitive space. Instead of letting your mind juggle multiple thoughts, confine it to one thought box. When writing, just write. When meditating, just breathe. When reading, just read. If a stray thought intrudes, don't fight it. Gently redirect your focus. This isn't force, it's command. Next, optimize your environment. You can't focus in chaos. Phones, noises, social media, they're silent time thieves. If you're serious about growth and transforming pain, guard your space like a sanctuary. Silence your phone, remove distracting apps, or work in a quieter place. Every small act to protect focus is a declaration that you value your energy. Another key is a clear purpose. Your mind can't focus on vagueness. It needs a compelling destination. Ask, why am I focusing? Why does this matter? Who will I become if I succeed? These questions clarify your goal and fuel commitment. A mind with a why wanders less. Also, protect focus with boundaries. Don't try to do everything at once. Humans aren't as good at multitasking as we think. Splitting focus across too many tasks dilutes energy. Instead, pick 1 or 2 critical things daily and commit to them with full presence. Quality trumps quantity. Deep focus beats hours of vague effort. As focus becomes a lifestyle, you'll see a miraculous shift. Instead of spiraling in negative thoughts, you redirect to what's constructive. Instead of reacting to every trigger, you pause and choose consciously. Instead of being overwhelmed by emotions, you guide them. Focus resets your relationship with yourself, from chaos to order, passivity to agency, scattered to powerful. The best part? Focus is contagious. When you're focused, you don't just boost productivity, you inspire others. They'll see something different in you, a clear presence, a deep energy, an unshakable core. They'll notice. In a world craving true focus amid endless distractions, you stand out. If your life feels pulled by 100 unimportant things, it's time to stand up and declare, I choose focus. I control my energy. I won't let pain or external noise steer my path anymore. This isn't a one-time vow. It's shown daily through your choices, actions, and what you allow into your mind. If this resonates, comment, I choose focus, to join our community in supporting each other's growth. Share this video with a friend feeling scattered or drained by life's chaos. Subscribe to keep becoming your strongest, most awake self. Each subscription is a step forward in our shared journey. Number 3, detach from thoughts. You are not your thoughts. This is one of the simplest yet most powerful truths rarely taught. We grow up in a world where the mind constantly chatters, analyzes, judges, and labels everything. We think from waking to sleeping, and because we're so used to this inner voice, we mistake it for ourselves. When a negative thought arises, like I'm not good enough or I'll fail, instead of observing it, we believe it. We merge with it. We become it. In that moment, we lose our freedom. Detaching from thoughts doesn't mean denying or silencing them. It's learning to see them as an observer, not a follower. This mental skill requires deep awareness and discipline. Picture yourself by a river, your mind. The leaves floating on its surface are your thoughts. Some are gentle, some negative, some chaotic. But you are not the river nor the leaves. You're the observer, watching them drift without needing to act. When you live this way, you reclaim your power. Painful thoughts you once took as truth become fleeting phenomena. Anger no longer drives your actions. Fear doesn't halt your steps. Self-critical thoughts don't paralyze you. Detachment doesn't make you numb. It lets you respond from clarity, not reflex. It gives you space to choose your response instead of just reacting. This takes patient practice. When a negative thought appears, don't fight it. Simply notice it and say internally, this is just a thought. Nothing more, nothing less. Then return to your breath or what you're doing. For example, when your mind whispers, I'm not good enough, don't argue. Say, I hear that thought, but it doesn't define me. This creates distance, and in that distance, you're free. True power lies in the gap between you and your thoughts. That gap holds calm, clarity, and wisdom beyond habitual reactions. The more you practice, the wider it grows. You'll see that 95% of your thoughts are repetitive, habitual, rooted in past or fear. When you stop drowning in them, you can create new thoughts, chosen consciously, empowering, not draining. Detachment is vital when facing pain. Your mind tries to interpret pain, label it, blame someone, or spin a story. I'm unloved. I'm always hurt. No one cares. These feel true, but they're just old scripts you've heard too often. Tragically, you live by them, not because they're right, but because you haven't questioned their truth. By detaching, you unplug these old stories. You stop fueling them. You become the scriptwriter. You live in presence, not the past. You bring awareness to each moment, not letting unconscious thoughts lead. When you stop believing every thought, you stop living in their suffering. A powerful practice. Write down recurring thoughts, especially negative ones. Ask, am I 100% sure this is true? What happens if I don't believe this? Who am I without this thought? This isn't fluffy mental gymnastics. It's confronting your mind with seriousness. It's reclaiming freedom. Detachment opens a door to something greater. Stillness, intuition, a deep wisdom words can't capture. There you don't need answers, just presence. Not analysis, just feeling. Not explanations, just living. You realize your mind is a tool, not your master. If this shifts how you see yourself, comment, "I am not my thoughts." Let our community know you're awakening. Share this video with a friend or loved one stuck in negative mental loops. Like, subscribe, and enable notifications. Each action not only grows the channel, but spreads healing strength to others. Number 4, direct your energy. Nothing is more precious than your energy, not money, time, or opportunities. Energy is the source of everything in your life. It shapes how you feel daily, how you act, and how you respond to or engage with the world. If you don't learn to manage and direct your energy, others will do it for you. The world constantly pulls you into trivial concerns, unnecessary arguments, and meaningless distractions. Without awareness, you'll squander your energy on what doesn't matter, ending your day exhausted, confused, and disappointed. Directing your energy isn't just about avoiding negativity, it's about intentionally channeling it toward what elevates you. Each morning you wake with a finite energy reserve, like a daily bank account. If you let petty things, social media comments, toxic conversations, negative thoughts drain it, you'll have nothing left for what truly matters: personal growth, love, creativity, or healing. Reflect. Where are you spending your energy? Trying to please everyone? Pretending to be someone else for acceptance? Scrolling social media for hours? Comparing and feeling lacking? Each time you're handing your vital life force to external things. Do this long enough, and you lose the ability to shape your life. You stop being the driver and become the reactor. True strength isn't controlling everything. It's directing energy wisely at the right time to the right place. Such a person doesn't waste vitality on pointless battles. They don't react frantically to every word or event. They save energy for what's worthy: their mission, growth, true love, and inner peace. This creates a magnetic force. Like light, energy doesn't need to shout to be noticed. It just needs to shine clearly, undiluted. A simple yet powerful strategy to direct energy is to ask before acting. Is this nourishing me or draining me? If something feels light, clear, or peaceful, that's where your energy belongs. If it breeds chaos, doubt, or fatigue, set a boundary. You don't need to engage in every situation, answer every call, reply to every message, or counter every criticism. You have the right to choose where your mind goes. Like sunlight, warm when spread but burning when focused through a lens, your directed energy can spark transformation. Pick 1 or 2 vital areas and pour your energy into them wholeheartedly, healing yourself, building a skill, deepening a relationship. Instead of doing everything half-heartedly, direct your life like a laser, sharp, purposeful, undistracted. Then what once drained you loses its grip. You're no longer dragged by others' schedules, expectations, or your inner fears. You lead yourself. Crucially, directing energy isn't about forced positivity or constant action. Sometimes the best move is rest, self-care, or deep breathing. Recovery isn't stagnation, it's preparation. You can't conquer the world if you're depleted. Treat your energy like a flame. It needs air to burn, but care to avoid burning out. Listen to your body, heart, and mind. What pulls you away from yourself? What brings you back? A practical tool: start each morning with a journal. Before the world sweeps you up, ask, how do I want to feel today? Where will I direct my energy? What will I refuse to protect my vitality? These simple questions restore your agency. Living each day with clear intent about where your energy goes reshapes your reality. You can't control every circumstance, but you always control where your energy flows. You can live in a chaotic world yet hold peace. You can face pain without letting it define you. You can fail without losing drive. It all depends on where you direct your energy, toward lessons or wounds, solutions or problems, faith or fear. If this stirs something in you, comment, "I master my energy." Join our community of people not just reacting to the world, but shaping it from within. Share this video with a friend who needs it. Like, comment, and subscribe to keep fueling your growth. Each action strengthens you and spreads positive energy to others on this journey of conscious growth. Number 5, stop seeking external validation. No prison is as invisible yet confining as the need for others' approval. When you live for recognition, praise, or to avoid criticism, you stop living for yourself. You become an actor on a stage others built, playing a role you think they'll like, leaving your true self backstage. This is the silent but costly price of seeking external validation. By handing others the power to define your worth, you surrender the keys to your inner peace and personal freedom. Why do we crave validation? It's not weakness, it's human nature. We're wired for connection. As children, we thrived on parents' looks, teachers' praise, community acceptance. The problem is, many adults never outgrow this. They shift from seeking parental approval to chasing social media likes, from wanting teachers' nods to craving bosses or colleagues' agreement. Without that validation, they feel empty, doubtful, lost. Ironically, the more you seek approval, the more the external world controls you. You're more vulnerable to criticism, more likely to lose yourself to fit in, more shaken when ignored. This is the trap of dependency. It seems like striving to be better, but is really selling your essence for love. Sooner or later, you'll feel exhausted from constantly playing the pleasing role, never being yourself. The solution isn't rejecting the world or denying your need for love. It's building an inner worth so solid you don't need others to confirm you're enough. You know it from within. A truly strong person doesn't need a spotlight to feel valuable. They carry their own light. They don't wait for applause to move forward. They walk because the path aligns with their soul. To stop seeking validation, practice self-validation. Each day, connect with yourself. Ask, am I living in a way I'm proud of? Am I doing this because I want to or to be seen? Would I continue if no one noticed? These questions separate what's true from what's reactive. From there, you build a sturdier foundation, one unshaken by others' looks, words, or attitudes. You can't please everyone and live true to yourself. Every choice has a cost. Choosing authenticity means some won't understand or may reject you. But that's a worthy price for inner freedom. Choosing others' expectations might keep your image intact, but you'll lose your soul, becoming a version that pleases, not one that's true. Remember, those who create deep impact aren't always applauded. They move forward without waiting for cheers. They trust their intuition, their journey, their inner integrity. They know what's true will touch others' hearts, not instantly, but inevitably. A powerful way to break from validation is to act without announcing. Do something meaningful without telling anyone. Help someone without needing thanks. Achieve a goal without posting it. These quiet acts teach you that what matters isn't others seeing your deeds, but you knowing why you did them. Be wary of measuring your worth by social media likes or comments. Social media is a tool, not a mirror of truth. You can share something profound and get no response, or something trivial and be praised. That reflects crowd trends, not your value. Don't trade your inner truth for fleeting external approval. To escape the validation cycle, practice courage. Courage to not fit in, to be misunderstood, to keep going without cheers. That's the strength of the free. They don't fight others but refuse to let others define their worth. They live in clarity, peace, and without pretense. If this message resonates, comment, "I don't need external validation," to affirm your new commitment. If you're rediscovering yourself in a noisy world, like and subscribe. Each action supports the channel and declares, you choose to live true, deep, and free. Number 6, own the frame. You can have all the knowledge, master every skill, and build ironclad discipline. But if you don't own the frame, you're still living in someone else's story. The frame is your lens on the world and how you allow the world to see you. Strong individuals don't just control their thoughts and emotions, they control the context of conversations, interactions, and their entire life. This makes them unshakable by external circumstances. Without owning your frame, you default to playing in others' games, reacting to their expectations, swayed by their moods, and cast as a supporting actor in their movie. But when you own the frame, you stop chasing situations. You create them. You set the pace, redefine meaning, and make the world adapt to your energy, not the other way around. Consider a simple example. Someone makes a snarky comment, and you get angry, lose control, and spiral into negativity. That's because you've been pulled into their frame, one of tension, negativity, and reaction. But someone who owns the frame doesn't get defensive. They smile lightly, maintain their tone, and redirect the conversation with a question or shift, commanding the atmosphere. Instead of being led by emotions, they use strategic calm to steer. They don't let fleeting feelings derail long-term goals. This isn't a power game, it's a highly effective mental defense. By mastering your frame, you stop being swayed by circumstances and start shaping life on your terms. This applies to relationships too. In love, the person who holds the frame isn't shaken by a partner's silence, doesn't react hastily to being ignored, and doesn't compromise their standards to please. They love and stay authentic without losing themselves. Owning the frame creates safety and allure. You're a rock, not proving anything. Others may disagree or want you to change, but you don't waver. You don't live to be their backdrop. You live to embody your inner truth. Here's the kicker. The stronger your frame, the less you need words. Your calm, gaze, breath, the way you stand or stay silent amid chaos. It all says, I know who I am. I know what I'm doing. No one rewrites my story. The frame isn't about controlling others. It's ultimate self-control. It's the foundation protecting your mind and energy from toxic scripts and distractions that pull you off your core values. From a Stoic perspective, owning the frame embodies ataraxia, a soul unshaken by life's storms. Seneca wrote, "It's not others' anger that hurts you, but how you choose to view it." The crux: control your frame, and you control your reaction. Control your reaction, and you control your mind. A powerful strategy to build this is practicing inner dialogue. Instead of letting your mind react impulsively, ask, is this situation truly threatening me? What do I want in this moment? Will this response serve my long-term freedom? 3 seconds of pausing and questioning reclaim your control from old mental habits. Another habit, journal each morning, defining who you are today, the standards you'll live by, and what you won't let derail you. Write as if programming a new operating system, because you are. The frame is a habit, a mental muscle, not a fleeting inspiration. The more you practice, the more it becomes your identity. With a strong frame, the world doesn't dare underestimate you. You don't need to shout or argue. Your steadiness is your loudest statement. Start today. In your next interaction, observe. Are you stepping into someone else's frame or building your own? The frame isn't about manipulating others. It's about protecting your energy and life's purpose. If this resonates, subscribe to continue mastering your mind and turning pain into strength. Comment about a moment you lost your frame and the lesson learned. Like if you feel awakened, and share this video with someone who needs it. One click can shift a perspective. Number 7, redesign your identity. If you feel you're living a life misaligned with your true self, the issue may not be your actions, but your identity. Every action, no matter how small, reflects a deeper identity you embrace. You don't just eat like a healthy person. You are a healthy person. You don't just write like a creative. You believe you are a creative. This matters because your mind operates not just on logic, but on identity. If you believe I'm a procrastinator, you'll act like one. If you reinforce I'm not good enough, I'm fragile, or I'm a failure, no change in environment, job, or partner will break the cycle. You'll return to the orbit of that old self. To truly change your life, you can't just tweak behavior, you must rewrite your identity. Your identity isn't fixed. It's not who you were born as, but what you've repeated so much it became you. The beauty is, if identity is built through repeated actions, you can dismantle and redesign it with new ones. First, define clearly, who do you want to become? Not what you want to have or do, but what kind of person? Imagine, how does this person wake up, talk to themselves, handle rejection, face failure, manage stress? This isn't just an ideal image, it's the real you waiting to emerge through layers of false shells. Next, act like that person, even 1% each day. To be disciplined, you don't need to master discipline overnight. Just choose one action a disciplined person would do, like waking up on time, and repeat it. To be confident, you don't need to speak to 500 people. Just stand straighter, meet eyes, focus on your breath. Identity shifts through small, consistent evidence you send to your subconscious. One morning you'll wake up and realize, I'm not trying to be that person anymore. I am that person. Be cautious of the story you tell yourself. Many fail to redesign themselves not for lack of ability, but because they cling to an old narrative as absolute truth. I'm always abandoned. I never finish anything. I'm bad at communicating. I'm just average. These are expressions of a limiting identity. Ask, who first told you this? Are you sure it's true? Or are you reliving a memory so often you forgot you could choose again? Every day you can choose anew. You can rewrite. You can stand and say, I choose a new story and I live it. Your environment shapes your identity too. Surrounded by complainers, negativity, or blame, it's hard to sustain a positive, responsible, growth-oriented self. You don't need to cut everyone out, but be ruthless about who influences your mind. Seek people with the energy you want. Read books that reflect the life you want to live. Consume content that nurtures your higher self. You're not just the average of your 5 closest friends. You're the average of the 5 energies you engage with daily. If redesigning yourself feels daunting or vague, return to this principle. You don't need to feel changed to act changed. Emotions and belief follow action. Each small act signals to the world in your subconscious that you're crafting a new self. Choose that action daily, and change becomes inevitable. If this sparks a realization about what's holding you back from your stronger self, don't let change stay a thought. Act today. Like the video to spread this energy. Comment one thing you'll do to redesign your identity today. Subscribe to keep awakening and living as your most powerful self. Number 8, guard your energy like royalty. You wouldn't let anyone barge into your home uninvited, so why allow just anyone to invade your mind and drain your mental energy? In a world where information, social expectations, and meaningless chatter bombards your psyche, your mental and emotional energy is a priceless asset money can't buy. Like a king or queen ruling a kingdom, you must protect it with discipline, discernment, and reverence. Not every invitation deserves your nod. Not everyone merits your presence, time, or attention. Guard your energy like royalty isn't just vivid advice, it's a way of life. Like royalty behind fortified castle walls, you need strong, non-negotiable boundaries. It starts with awareness. You don't always have to engage. You don't need to reply to every message, answer every call, or justify yourself in every situation. Your energy isn't free samples at a market. It's a treasure to be given intentionally, only to what's truly worthy. Controlling your energy isn't just about limiting others. It's about mastering yourself. Identify what drains you. Pointless conversations, lopsided relationships, misaligned tasks, or hours scrolling social media. Every second spent on the trivial is a second traded from your inner vitality. Those who master their energy master their lives. Crucially, you must prioritize yourself enough to say no when needed. Saying no isn't selfish. It's the highest form of self-love. A big part of guarding energy is spotting energy vampires, friends, family, or colleagues who bring drama, demands, blame, or guilt. They make you feel bad for not meeting their expectations, doubt your worth, or hinder your growth with snarky or toxic remarks. Know this, you're not obligated to keep anyone in your life who consistently harms your mental energy or peace. Guarding energy also means reshaping how you start and end your day. Mornings can spark a mental assault if you grab your phone, scroll negative news, or dive into social media before brushing your teeth. Instead, begin with centering habits. Meditate, journal, read Stoic wisdom, or sit in silence with your breath. Evenings too, don't let negative content, arguments, or emotional drains spill into the next day. Like a king closing the castle gates at night, know when to shut off to preserve your mind's peace. Protecting energy takes practice. You won't be perfect at first. You'll still get sucked into pointless talks, feel guilty for saying no, or slip into drama despite trying to avoid it. What matters is recognizing and adjusting. Each time you choose to guard your energy, you reinforce a new identity, one of purpose, discipline, and inner authority. No one can live or guard your energy for you. It's your responsibility. Start today. Cut one toxic connection, reduce social media time, or schedule daily quiet time. Don't hesitate to set boundaries, even if others get upset or misunderstand. Those who disrespect your limits don't belong in your inner world. When you consistently protect your energy, the world shifts. You attract aligned people, healthy opportunities, and unshakable calm. If this resonates, like the video to signal you value mental strength content, comment how you're guarding your energy daily. I'd love to hear your story. Subscribe to keep building resilience, mastering your mind, and turning pain into power. Together, we're creating a community of the unshakable, those learning to be their strongest selves. Number 9, build confidence through consistency. Confidence isn't something you're born with or a magical gift from the sky. It's the natural outcome of consistency. When you act steadily, do the right thing repeatedly despite fluctuating emotions, and start without waiting for inspiration, confidence emerges quietly but solidly. Conversely, acting only when inspired or on good days builds confidence on a shaky, fragile foundation. Nothing destroys self-trust faster than breaking promises to yourself. You say you'll wake early, but hit snooze. You vow to eat healthily, but give in to laziness. You plan to read daily, but get lost in TikTok for hours. Each broken promise signals to your subconscious, I'm not reliable. How can you be confident if deep down you don't trust yourself? On the flip side, every consistent action is a brick in the temple of confidence. You don't need grand gestures. Choose a small, doable, daily action. Journal for 5 minutes each morning, walk 10 minutes each afternoon, or spend 15 minutes on a skill and commit to it no matter your mood. After days or weeks, a new strength grows within. I can trust myself. No one can take that away. A common mistake is thinking you need to feel confident before acting. The truth is the opposite. Act consistently first, and confidence follows. Recall your first time running, playing guitar, or speaking publicly. You weren't confident, you were clumsy, maybe scared. But showing up, practicing, and pushing through fear made you stronger. That's the power of persistence. It turns the unfamiliar into routine, the hard into ordinary, and you into someone you thought you couldn't be. Consistency isn't never falling. It's rising after each stumble. It's choosing not to quit on your worst day. It's showing up for your life, quietly, steadily, without needing applause. The most confident people aren't always happy or energized. They've just proven to themselves, I can trust I'll do it, because I've done it before, many times. They don't need reminders. Their actions remind them daily. Wondering where to start? Pick the smallest sustainable action. For health, don't aim for a 5-kilometer run on day 1. Walk 10 minutes each morning. To write a book, don't force 5,000 words a day. Commit to 100 words daily without fail. To meditate, don't try an hour. Start with 3 minutes of stillness each night. It's not about intensity, but repetition. A single water drop can't break stone, but steady drops over time carve through rock. Your consistency does the same. Track your progress to stay motivated and see your growth. Not to pressure yourself, but to witness your transformation. A notebook logging your commitments, a habit tracking app, or a wall calendar. These tools hold you accountable and serve as vivid proof of your enduring strength. True confidence doesn't come from others' approval, but from knowing you're reliable. When you build that trust through consistent action, no one can steal it. You won't need permission to be yourself. You won't panic in tough moments. You'll move with the steadiness of experience. I've done hard things before, and I'll do them again. Ask yourself, if today you began living with consistency, what could you change in a month, a year, or 3 years? You don't need every step mapped out. Just pick one right action and repeat it daily, even slightly. Like Japanese bamboo, which grows no taller for 5 years, but with deep roots, surges 25 meters in weeks, you too must root quietly, then you'll rise into the light. If this inspires you, like the video to show you're on this journey, comment, I commit to consistent action daily, to cement your resolve. Subscribe to keep receiving content to master your mind, turn pain into power, and build true resilience from within. This isn't just a video, it's a reminder you can change your life, one consistent action at a time. You don't need a life-shattering shock or deep pain to start changing. You can begin right now after this video by choosing to control your mind instead of letting circumstances control it. Remember, not every thought is true. Not every emotion deserves a reaction. And not every limit you carry is your essence. It's just a story you've repeated too often. But you are not that old story. You are the one who rewrites it. You've learned to break negative thought loops, direct your focus, detach from thoughts, channel energy, stop seeking external validation, own your frame, redesign your identity, guard your energy, and build confidence through consistency. These 9 keys unlock a stronger, wiser version of you. But you must walk through those doors. No one can live for you or take responsibility for you. Inner freedom isn't a gift. It's the result of daily conscious choices. Ask yourself, if you live the next 365 days with today's mindset, who will you become? If you consistently apply just one principle shared today, where will your life shift? Don't wait for perfection. Start while you're still scared, doubtful, or confused. Just start. Movement creates clarity. Action builds strength. Consistency yields results. If this video touched you, if it sparks something within, don't let it fade. Like the video to signal you want more content like this. Share it with a friend who needs a wake-up call. Comment, I'm ready to control my mind and turn pain into strength. to show you're in this journey. Most importantly, if you haven't yet, hit subscribe now. We'll keep walking together toward awakening, unlocking inner power, and living the life you deserve. Never forget, your mind is your most powerful tool. Master it, and you master your world.